Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Welcome and thanks for joining Facebook Live class today on Communicative English. Dear students, how are you? Hope you are all in a good mood and sound health. Anyway, can you hear me please? I think it's okay. Dear students, in the last class we have discussed about writing CB and practiced preparing our own CB. I think you did it. As well as I committed that today, I mean in lesson 15, lecture 19, I will give you some important tips and examples on how to write a formal and informal letters, right? Alright, actually letter is an important tool of medium of effective communication. Regarding this, we need to know the pros and cons of writing a letter, as well as everyone must know the rules, writing techniques of formal and informal letter, right? Because it is the most important tools of communication in both the workplace or our personal lives, right? Okay, dear students, there are many types of letters, like official letter, personal letter, business letter, social letter, circular letter, invitation letter, and employment letter. Among these, it can be classified as, or we can classify these letters like formal and informal, right? So let's see what happens to the formal letter. Actually, a formal letter is professional in nature. It directly addresses the issues concerned. Here, I will let you show the format of a formal letter. On the other hand, an informal letter is uh, written to one's friends, family, and relatives. As it is informal in nature, you don't have to follow the format strictly. Though I will discuss the common style of writing personal later, and at the same time, I will go for comparative study. I mean, what we should do and should not in writing formal and informal letter. So let's see what happens to the lesson 15, lecture 19, and absolutely back to the final lesson, okay? All right, hope you are watching the first slide, and this is a very common slide, each and every lecture you are watching this. So, our objectives, that is completing this course, so you will be able to uh, write creatively, and we will be able to develop transferring information, ideas, and knowledge, and ultimately our communicative competence will be developed, and so that we can communicate in our workplace or real life situations. Okay, so go for the next slide. All right, you are watching lesson second slide. I'm in lesson 15, lecture 19. So let's see what happens here. In today's lesson, we will focus on what topic title is today, Introduction to Write a Letter. And ultimately, we will learn some new vocabularies or phrases that is related to letter writing, right? And ultimately, you will practice speaking in a group online. The topic is types of communication, right? And ultimately, we have homework, that is write a letter of thanks. I mean, you have to prepare You have to write a letter of thanks in your home. Viewers, never forget to use my headphones while going to listen to me. Okay. All right. This is the learning outcome. We will learn completing this course today's lesson. We will learn the types of letters. Pairs of letter, parts of a letter, rules of writing formal and informal letters. And then we'll learn the difference between formal and informal letter. And ultimately, or at the end of the session, I hope that you will be able to write a letter of thanks. Okay. So first, see what is a letter. Actually, a letter is an important means, as I mentioned uh, earlier today. That is, uh, it's a means of communication in both the workplace as well as our personal lives. Okay, it is written message that can be handwritten or printed on a paper. So let us educate ourselves with the hands of letter writing. Okay, so we can say that letter is a means of communication. It's an strong tools of communication. It may be either in written form or in handwritten, or it may be printed. Okay. So let's see what happens to the types of letters. Actually, there are many types of letters, but if we categorize these letters, then we get two types of letter, that is formal letter and informal letter. So uh, let me explain what is formal letter. Actually, formal letter is a very professional letter. Okay, it directly addresses the issues concerned, right? And on the other hand, informal letter is a personal letter. It's generally written to friends, acquaintances, or relatives. Okay, and beside this, we have many other letters like business letter, official letter, social letter, circular letter, and employment letters. Actually, these letters can considered as within the formal letter. You see, and informal letter is simply what we write to our friends, relatives, parents. Okay, so here uh, we need not to follow the rules. I mean structure or format of writing letter. We can write of our own according to our needs. So here Uh, of course, I will give you the sample example of two types of letter in my letter slide. Okay, so wait for the for some minutes. Okay, so let's see what happened here in this slide. The format of an informal letter is as follows. Okay, you see some structure given, some format of given, a formal letter, what we used to write, what are the templates we use when we go for writing a form informal letter. Okay, so you see the first, mm, the address. Actually, we mentioned the address. Okay, the address of this sender is followed by that of the receiver. You see, then date. The date is written below the address after leaving one line. Okay, there may not have similarities with the picture given here. I'll make it clear. Okay, and then salutations, that is greeting, dear, hi, hello. And you will see when we'll go for giving examples of a complete informal letter. Okay, and then body means the paragraph detailing and the development of the paragraph. So in the body, I mean paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, see, first in the first paragraph, you can start, I mean, you can say a beginning. And the second paragraph, main content. And the third paragraph has ending. Okay. And ultimately, at the end, sender's name and signature. Okay. Dear students, you are watching the structure of a letter. Basically, this is the structure of informal letter. But there is another information for you, that is uh, mm, in terms of style. Sometimes we follow uh, British style and American style. The structure that is given here is exactly British style. And if you go for American style, ultimately the same template will be there, but you will see that the letters are written in the left align. I mean the address, date, salutation, body, sender's name, signature, everything is written in aligning left. Okay, so let's see what happened there. Okay, now it is a format of an formal letter. You see, actually, less or more, the same templates are uh, here also in formal letter, but there is a little bit difference. You see, so let's have a clarification here. First, sender's address. You see, the address and contact details of the sender are written here. Include email, phone number if required, or if mentioned in the question. Okay, and then date. Uh, the date is written below the sender's address, just after the sender's address, and then receiver's address. You see, the address of the recipient mm, of the email, the officer, principal, is written here. Okay, then subject uh, of the letter, then salutations, then body. Yes, in the term body, the matter of the letter is written here. I mean, the description is written here. It is divided into 3 paragraphs as follows. It is very important to remember. The first paragraph, introduce yourself, purpose of writing the letter in brief, and then second paragraph, giving a detail of the matter. And third paragraph concludes. Okay, and then ultimately complementary closing, sender's name, signature, and designation. Now see the example of a formal letter. You see, suppose you are Rajiv of Bank Colony, okay, Mirpur, Dhaka. Write a letter to the mayor of city corporation seeking a solution to the problem of water logging in your area. যদি আমি বাংলায় এটাকে বলতে চাই তাহলে এভাবে বলতে পারি, মনে করো তুমি ঢাকা সিটির মিরপুর এলাকায় বসবাস করছো। এখন তুমি সেখানে তোমার জলাবদ্ধতার ব্যাপক সমস্যা আছে, problems are lot of problems are there. Now you want to write a letter to the mayor of Dhaka North City Corporation for having the solution of the problem. তাই না? এখন এই জলাবদ্ধতা নিরসনের জন্য তুমি এখন তাকে একটা চিঠি লিখবে যে তোমার এলাকার এই জলাবদ্ধতাটা প্রবলেমটা নিরসন করার জন্য। সো সেরকম একটা বিষয়ে আমরা একটা চিঠি, একটা ফর্মাল চিঠি এখানে লিখেছি। Also try to understand, this is an example how to write a formal letter. Okay, you see, as I mentioned that there are 2 styles of writing letter, British style and American style. Exactly, আমরা এখন যে স্টাইলে লিখেছি that is all about the American style, right? You see, we have just started from left at the left of the page, you see, and that is called left align. But in British style, the addresses is given to the top right of the page. Okay, then date. Okay, and then they start from the addressing. You see, name of the addressee from the left. Okay, so but this is the easiest way of writing a formal letter, so you can follow this style. Okay, right, so let's see what happens here. You see, the addresses of the sender is given here. I mean your address. Then date is mentioned here. Date is mentioned here. Okay, and then name of the addressee. Okay, the mayor, Dhaka North City Corporation. Then come to the subject, complaint regarding the problem of water logging in Bank Colony, right? And then this is the salutation, sir or madam. You see, I'm Rajiv, and that is the body of the paragraph. You see, I'm Rajiv. As I mentioned, that first you have to give your introduction. So you are just giving your introduction. And then I'm Rajiv, a resident of Bank Colony. It is introduction is finished in one sentence. And then the residents of the area are facing a lot of problems due to the water logging. This is the focusing of your problem. And then it is the development of the main problem, main issues. You see, every year in the monsoon season, the area gets filled with water as the drainage system gets choked. Okay. We have requested the area committee many times, but the situation is still the same. The residents' lives have the residents' lives have become miserable as many waterborne diseases have spread. Okay, all the houses are submerged, and we are facing a tough time. Please consider the issue as serious and find a solution at the earliest. Okay. And finally, you say conclusion is over and then closing. This is closing. Okay. Uh, and then it is the name of the sender. So I think that you have got the perfect example of a formal letter, and you can try of your own, following this structure, following this style. Okay, it will be perfect for you. Okay, so go for the next slide. All right. Here is a short note. You see, the following points need to be followed while writing an informal letter. Again, come to the informal letter. What are the points to follow? An informal letter does not strictly follow the prescribed format. As I mentioned, that an informal letter does not follow the strict format. The language of an informal letter must be friendly and casual. Okay, of course, the letter must be friendly and casual. Nothing formal is there. An informal letter can be extra information, and you may have extra information there. The subject line is not required in an informal letter. Okay, it is not mentioned the subject matter. Okay, all right. Here is an example of informal letter. Right, you see, as I said earlier, that you are watching the picture. Actually, this is the style, a British style, as I mentioned. But we are not, we have not followed the British style, but we have followed the American style, because sometimes nowadays students don't like to follow the British style. They love to follow British American style. I mean the left align. Okay, the same templates are there also in British style or in American style, the but style is different. I mean the writing style is different. That means in British style they use the combination of left align and right align, but in American style we have only left align, right? So let's see what happens to the informal letter. You see, here is another letter, sample letter I have given for you to understand better what formal and informal letter is. But here is it is the example of informal letter. Okay, then write a letter to your friend Robbie, inviting him to your birthday party. Give details regarding the day, time, venue, etc. Add interesting details like theme, dress code, etc. Okay, so this is the information how you will write your letter. What are the information you have to include? Okay, so let's see what happens and how the sample is working on. Okay, so you see, here is the address of the sender. You see, 45 Shamim Sharoni Agargan, and date is mentioned here. Okay, but not. It is written in the right top of the page. This is called British style, and this is called American style. But same template is written here also. So this is the easiest way, and people or students love to follow this style. Okay, so that's the reason why I have just used this. So this is the address of the sender, and then date. You see, 21st June 2020, and the salutation. I mean addressing. Dear Robbie, hi. You see. This will never happen in formal letter. Okay, but here it is very, uh, very usual. Okay, hi. You are invited to my birthday party on 25th June. The party will be at Orchid Plaza, Ramna Park from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. As the party is based on Spider-Man theme, please wear a dress in red, black color combination. It will be fun, lots of fun. I have arranged a mask game, a spidey web game, and you have never seen before neon light and music show there. Okay, I'm very excited as I will wear the special Spidey costume designed by my sister. Please come as it will be good to have your company. Also bring your brother, show up, waiting for your confirmation, Jabir. Okay, so exactly this is the example of informal letter. You are writing a letter to your friend, inviting him to attend your birthday party, and you are giving some information, giving some instruction how she or she is supposed to attend. What are the dress code? What are the time? What is the time? What is the venue? Where is the venue? Everything, every details are given here. Okay, but formally informal way. Okay, and here you see all templates are here. Opening is there, how you are invited, and then body, and then closing, and then signature. Okay, all right, I hope that you have watched and you have enjoyed the formal, the style, and format of formal and informal letter. Let's see what happens. Now, this is very important. This is very, very important. How you can, what you can do when you go for writing informal letter, what you cannot do when you go for writing formal letter, right? This is very, very important. Okay, especially for formal letter. All right, contraction. In formal letter, you are supposed to write the contraction, meaning that didn't, couldn't, cannot, shouldn't, relax. It is you can write it in a relaxed mode in formal letter. Okay, but you are not allowed to write any contraction. Of course, you have to write the full form of the words. What is contraction? Didn't. Okay, the full form of this word is did not. Okay, did not, shouldn't, shall not, couldn't, could not. Okay, you must be serious while you go for writing a formal letter, right? And then idioms under the weather. Okay, say suppose you are watching, you are writing or using these idioms. Actually, you are not supposed to write any idioms, because sometimes the meaning of the idioms may have some different meanings or uh, complex meaning. So just to make it formal and easy, of course, you are not supposed to write any uh, what should I say, idioms, right? You see, but you can write in informal letters, such as, you see, uh, if you need to write the same idioms in the informal, such as under the weather, meaning that very sad. If you are supposed to write it uh, in your formal letter, okay, you cannot do this. But in phrasal verbs such as you can write it in your informal letter, like find out, go up. You can convert these expressions in another word. If you want to write in your formal letter, find out, you can convert it, discover. If you want to write go up, you can use this increase, okay, because it has the same meaning. And then imperatives, do it, send it soon. Okay, you can write whatever you like in your informal letter, but in formal letter you are not supposed to use any imperatives. Okay, such as do it, send it soon. Okay, don't do it, right, in formal letter. Then very really totally, you can write it in informal letter, but you cannot write in formal letter. In the place of these expressions, you can write strongly. Okay. Uh, to top it all off on same thing. Okay. You see TB, TB. You can use this word in your informal writing, but if you go for writing formal letter, never write TV. Of course, you have to write television. Okay. Then in formal letters, no note of exclamation. Okay. You cannot write a lot. You must write much or many, and you can write Latin words, but you are not write any Latin words. Of course, you have to write the Latin born words, Latin based words. Okay. Actually, that is the difference. That is the do's, and that is the information that is given for you while you go for writing formal and informal later. Okay, so time is getting off. You have to go hurry. Okay, here is another example. As I mentioned at the lesson outcome, that today we will learn how to write a letter of thanks. Okay, you see, it's a sample letter of thanks, and we have follow uh, what is this is a very personal. Okay, it may be personal, it may be formal, it may be informal. If you write officially, of course it is a formal. If you write personally, it may be informal. So in between I have just showing you the example how letter of thanks can be written. You see, the address, actually this is the British pattern, British style. You see, the sender's address is given here, the date is here, and then you see salutation, and the body, first paragraph, second paragraph, and third paragraph. I mean concluding paragraph. Okay, concluding. This is the concluding paragraph. So let's see what happens. Dear Tanmoy, just a note to say a big thanks. Thank you for giving me such a fabulous time, such a great time in the Lake District. I was so pleased to meet your family, and they made me really welcome. First paragraph. Second paragraph. I will never forget climbing hills. My legs ached for days, but it was worth it for the fantastic views. And last paragraph. Okay. I'm back at work now and very busy. However, this weekend I'm going to decorate the spare room. So I hope you will come and visit me soon. Love, Annie. ওকে, পিএস দিস ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। আমরা বাংলায় একটা শব্দ ব্যবহার করি, তোমাদের মনে আছে কিনা, বা তোমরা কখনো বাংলায় চিঠি লিখেছো কিনা। তো সেক্ষেত্রে আমরা লিখতাম সর্বশেষে যে সামথিং লেফট বিহাইন্ড, দ্যাট ইজ আমরা লিখতাম পুনশ্চ। অ্যাকচুয়ালি পুনশ্চ শব্দটা কি, অর্থাৎ যদি কোনো কিছু বাকি থেকে যায়, কোনো ইনফরমেশন যদি বাকি থেকে যায়, সেক্ষেত্রে in terms of that, in Bangla we used to write punush, but in English we used to write PS. postscripts. You see, postscripts. So সেক্ষেত্রে তুমি এখানে you can write your information just like it BS. Okay. So due to shortage of time, I'm not supposed to explain it again. I hope I will do it tomorrow. I mean, in the next class. Okay. So go for the next. All right, vocabulary. Each and every lesson we used to learn some new vocabulary, and what is happening here also. So you see, in today's lesson we have learned new word that is chalked, submerged, postscripts, salutations, subscriptions. These are the new vocabularies to learn here. And ultimately, the topic, as I mentioned at the very beginning of my class, that is, you have to talk with your friends about or on types of communication. I mean, what are the definition? What are the classification of communication? Letter writing is one of the types of communication, but we have more uh, kind of uh, communication. So you can discuss among your friends online. Okay. You see, here is homework. You see, write a letter of thanks. Use common required template. I mentioned, and uh, I let you show that I have shown you that how to write a letter of thanks. You can follow this example. Okay, all right. If you want to watch this video or want to enjoy my class once more, then of course you have to keep watching and get connected with www.skills.gov.bd. And thank you very much. My presentation is over. Thank you so much for staying with me for last 30 minutes with patience. Thank you once again.